the big issue is the issue of liberty, the issue of personal liberty, and that means that I believe strongly in the restraint of government. If government only could be restrained for that of protecting our rights and our liberties and not being involved in the excessive use of force or even have any authority to initiate violence against us or anybody else, it'd be a lot different. But the Fed is, and I remember saying this to Greenspan one time in a committee. I said, you guys are nothing more than facilitators. You facilitate debt. You know, you compound the problem because all Federal Reserve Board chairmen will always say, oh, it's the Congress's fault. They run up the debt, and, you know, we have to handle this debt. Yeah, but what if they didn't buy the debt? You know, they just facilitate the excessive spending. And guess which party is the worst on that? Both of them, which is a single party. You know, a lot of times I'm asked, what do you think wrong about having a third party to compete with those guys up there? I said, I'm looking forward to a second party. Just have a second party. This is, you know, the kind of problem that we have is an excessive spending, but without the Fed, you can't do it. I mean, there would be a limit. What would happen today? What if you didn't get rid of the Fed and all you said was the Fed can't monetize debt? They can't buy all these bonds. Well, first thing off, the government couldn't expand. I mean, they'd have to borrow all the money. Tax and borrow, and there would be a limit. If they spent too much and they didn't have the taxes and they had to borrow, the interest rates would go up and it would come to an end. So you have the economic consequence of government spending too much, and the two parties like it because Republicans like the spending for one reason, but Democrats like it for another reason. This whole idea that they're different, I think, has done us a lot of harm. We march along and say, oh, we can have Obama or Romney, and one's free market and one's for the socialism and welfareism. It's not true. On the important issues, which are most of them, they're pretty much the same. A dramatic vote they just had in Congress, shows this, and that was the vote they had on the Amash Amendment to restrain NSA, and just in a very small token way, just to back off a little bit and not allow them wholesale access to all our telephone records. And that's one part of NSA. It wasn't like it was going to close down NSA. And the vote was pretty close. I think it was 12 votes difference. And the way that was lined up is the way the government is lined up. The Democratic leadership and the Republican leadership, along with the president, got together and made sure they had the votes. And of course, the people were speaking out and putting pressure on the members of Congress. So there was a good handful in the Republican side and the Democrat side that came together that was more representative of the people, because the people are getting aware of what is happening. And this is really the problem, is that there's this pretense that there's a big difference. So in foreign policy, everybody knows the Democrats are against war and they're peaceful people and they want to end the war. Yeah, sure. And we all know the Republicans want to balance the budget. Yeah, look how often they've done that. But they support the same thing over and over again, and then we end up with the mess that we have today.